Hey y'all, let's make a steak harvest salad. So delicious. All right, we're gonna start our recipe by heating up a cast iron pan to roast our sweet potatoes. I am gonna put these on warm, but I usually make a big batch of sweet potatoes and then I put them in a glass container like I have with the steak, and then I'll eat this salad for lunch for a couple days if we don't eat it for dinner. So let me turn that on and get a little bit of avocado oil heated up, and then I'll put the potatoes in. I do have our oven turned on to 425, and we're gonna roast these potatoes for about 20 minutes. And we're gonna cut these into kind of a crouton size piece. They cook really nice. I leave the skins on. You don't have to. It's a personal preference. I like the skins, so we are gonna leave those on. I'm just gonna give these a quick chop and get these in the oven while we make our dressing. Okay, now that the oil in our pan is heated up, I'm gonna start putting these potatoes over here. I'm just gonna do one layer for today. You can stack these up in here a little bit, but if you overcrowd your pan, you're gonna wanna make sure that after about 10 minutes you go through in the oven and you turn those over. That way they get nice in color on all sides. Otherwise you're gonna end up with kind of possibly burnt on one side and not any kind of crisp on the other side. So, okay, now that I have the oil and everything in my pan, our oven is preheated to 425, and I'm gonna season these with a little bit of Texas sugar, and we're gonna give these a toss, just like this, and they're gonna go into our 425-degree oven. So let me get those put in, and we'll check on these in about 15 minutes. Now that that's done, I do have my apples cut up. I'm gonna use Honeycrisp apples. When I chop these up ahead of time, I'll squeeze a lemon over the top, and they'll stay good in the refrigerator like that for about, I cut those up like 3 days ago, and you can see they still look great. I cut them up a lot like that for the kids' lunches. So we're gonna put this to the side. Also, I'm going to get a little bit of olive oil and put this in our pan, just a touch, like maybe a teaspoon. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of honey, probably about a tablespoon. And I'm gonna use some pecans, and I am gonna leave these, I'm gonna leave these whole, but I'm gonna do a handful, about 2 handfuls actually. These are plain pecans, so that's why I'm putting a little bit of oil and a little bit of honey, and I'm gonna do 3 cracks of salt, and I'm gonna give these a stir, and I am gonna roast these in the oven for just a few minutes. These are gonna kind of be a crouton kind of element to our salad. So, okay, the next thing we're gonna do is actually our dressing. I have an empty jar, and I'm gonna do about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm not gonna make a whole lot, so about this much. And actually, I forgot our apple cider vinegar. Okay, and we're gonna do some apple cider vinegar, about equal parts. I'm gonna do some salt, some pepper, okay. I'm gonna do a little bit of honey. And then I'm gonna do just a small squeeze of lemon. I don't wanna put too much lemon because I did use some apple cider vinegar, so I don't wanna overload this on the tart side. And I do have a little bit of lemon on our apples already. So I'm just gonna squeeze half of this lemon instead of the whole thing. Okay. Now we're gonna take our lid and we're just gonna shake this up. And you can interchange these ingredients if there's something you're not into. Sometimes I'll do some Dijon mustard. Sometimes I'll do balsamic is great too. I'll replace the apple cider vinegar with the balsamic vinegar instead. That is delicious with a little bit of like Italian seasoning in there too. So this is our dressing. And then now the next thing we're gonna do is cut up our avocado. Sometimes if I'm in a hurry, if I'm putting avocado in this salad, I will skip the dressing because I find that it's, you know, like creamy enough with just the avocado in there. But I do love the dressing. I have time today, so I'm gonna make it up. So we're just gonna give this a little slice, that way we can pop it on top of our salad when it comes out. So I think I have all of our elements. I am gonna cut my steak up a little bit more. This is a tri-tip steak that my husband grilled the other night, like smoked and then grilled, and it came out so delicious. You can use any meat you want on this same base salad. Sometimes I'll get a rotisserie chicken, or I have leftover pork tenderloin or steak of any kind. But my favorite is the steak. So I'm just gonna, this is already sliced from when we cooked it the other night. I do make this for dinner sometimes, and when I do that, Sean will just make the steak and then I'll put the hot steak and hot potatoes on top, and that comes out delicious as well. So this is kind of the lunch version where, you know, we made the steak the other night for dinner. I'm doing some new potatoes, but sometimes I'll have already had those fixed and in a container. So it's really easy to put it together later in the week. So the other items we're gonna put on is gonna be our beet sauerkraut. I love this brand. Costco also sells like a larger version of the not red cabbage, it's just the white. And that one is good too, but I love the red wild brine, on this. So when we come back in a second, I'll have our pecans roasted and our potatoes done, and we'll go ahead and put our whole salad together. Okay, our potatoes are almost done. I have taken our pecans, our honeyed pecans out, and they are ready. Make sure whatever almonds or pecans or walnuts that you are gonna roast, make sure you keep a very close eye because they will burn very quickly and then they taste like garbage. So, so keep an eye. So, okay, we're gonna go ahead and build our salad. I'm gonna use this spring mix for our base. And then we're gonna shake up our vinaigrette. And I'm just gonna put a little bit on top and we'll get that mixed in. Like I said, the avocado makes this pretty creamy. So I just like just a touch of the dressing. I'm gonna go ahead and put our avocado. This is such a fun salad. I make this a lot in the wintertime. Okay, then next we're gonna go ahead and put our apples that we chopped. Sprinkle that on top. I love the Honeycrisp apples with this. It's so good with the sweet potatoes. It's my favorite combination. We're gonna do a big scoop of our sauerkraut. So delicious. If you haven't tried sauerkraut recently, give it a try. This one is my absolute favorite. So good for your gut too. And then I'm just gonna take a little scoop of our pecans that are so nice and toasted. And now our sweet potato is ready. So let me go ahead and get that out of the oven. We're gonna add that and then top it with our steak, and then we'll be done, ready to eat. I'm gonna go ahead and give these a toss. And these came out so delicious. We're gonna put 1 scoop right here. And then our chopped steak on top. Give that a little bit of a mix. Get everything on top. And this is such a beautiful salad. I love this. It's big enough that it's good for dinner, but it's light enough that you can have a little bit of this for lunch. It's so filling and so delicious. I hope you enjoy this. Y'all have a great day.